Your dog left his mom behind when he was just 8 weeks old. That was years ago. So here's the question every owner secretly wonders, does he still remember her? Science finally has an answer, and it's way more surprising than yes or no. Most people assume one of two things happens. Either dogs forget their mother fast and move on completely, or the bond was so strong, it must leave some permanent mark. Turns out, both ideas are half right, but neither one captures what researchers actually discovered. And the answer has nothing to do with what your dog sees or hears. It's all about what he smells.
Dr. Peter Hepper, a researcher at Queen's University Belfast, ran a beautifully simple test. He placed puppies in a room with two cloths, one carrying their mother's scent, one from a completely unfamiliar female dog. The puppies picked their mother's cloth 84% of the time. Okay, cute, but expected, right? Here's where it gets wild. Hepper ran the same test on adult dogs, 49 dogs who'd been separated from their mothers since they were 12 weeks old, with zero contact since. 2 years later, 37 out of 49 still picked their mother's scent. And in a smaller follow-up test, dogs separated for anywhere from several months to 5.5 years were tested again. 7 out of 8 still recognized her. 5.5 years. Not just he remembers he had a mother, he remembered her specifically, out of every dog scent on Earth.
To understand how that's possible, you need to understand what's actually happening inside your dog's nose, because it's nothing like yours. Your nose has around 6 million scent receptors. Your dog's has somewhere between 200 and 300 million. But it's not just the raw number. Dogs also have a second smell system entirely, called the vomeronasal organ, which picks up chemical signals your nose can't detect at all. Signals carrying information about identity and biological kinship.
A huge chunk of your dog's brain is dedicated purely to processing scent. For a dog, smell isn't just one sense among many. It's basically the primary language his whole world is written in. So when your puppy spent those first 8 weeks pressed against his mother, he wasn't just cuddling. He was building a chemical record, one that doesn't fade the way a photo does. If this is already hitting you emotionally, wait till you hear what happens during actual reunions. Drop a like if your dog's been part of your life for years, and let's keep going.
One owner described reuniting her dog with his mother after months apart. Before anyone said a word, before anyone even moved, the dog walked straight toward her, nose first. Then came the frantic tail wagging. The Whole Dog Journal documented a nearly identical reunion separately. Same pattern, every single time. No hesitation, no confusion. Pure recognition, completely different from how a dog greets a total stranger. Something specific was being remembered. Here's a question almost nobody asks if the puppy remembers mom. Does mom remember the puppy? She does. When Hepper tested mother dogs with a cloth from their own offspring versus a stranger's scent, they consistently chose their own puppy's cloth every time.
This bond runs both directions. During nursing, mother dogs release calming pheromones that make puppies feel safe, and that chemical exchange leaves a trace in both of them. Your puppy didn't just memorize his mom's scent. She absorbed something of his too.
Interestingly, dogs also show some recognition of littermates and fathers. But those bonds are noticeably weaker and less reliable than the one with mom. Biology seems to protect that particular bond the hardest. Here's the refrain worth sitting with. Your dog's memory of his mother isn't some story replaying in his head like ours would be. It's something far more precise sense, specific, individual, unmistakable, and stored in a part of the brain that science now knows barely fades at all. Dog trainer Catherine Mariol notes that dogs do recognize animals from their past, just maybe not with the same emotional depth we'd expect from a human reunion. Fair caveat. But it doesn't make the recognition any less real. Your dog might not grieve his mother the way you'd grieve someone. But if she walked through your front door right now 2 years later, 5 years later, maybe longer, his nose would know her instantly. He came into your home with his entire world tucked inside his nose. The warmth of the litter, the smell of the very first place he ever felt safe. The mother who kept him alive before he had any other way to survive. He didn't forget her. He carried her the only way he could, a chemical record more precise than any photograph. And she carried something of him right back. Maybe that's what love looks like, for a dog never forgetting where he came from, while still making room for someone new to call home. Tell me your dog's name in the comments and how old they were when they came into your life. I read every single story. And if you've ever wondered whether your dog actually misses you when you leave the house, that video's coming next. Subscribe every week. I break down what your dog's really trying to tell you.